On October 25, 2007, Specialist Salvatore Giunta's platoon was conducting a movement to interdict enemy forces on the Gadigal Spur in order to provide overwatch for 2nd and 3rd Platoons exfil back to Combat Outpost Weimot and the Korengal Outpost. While conducting their exfil from the platoon's blocking position, Specialist Giunta's platoon was ambushed by 10 to 15 enemy personnel who utilized an L-shaped near ambush that was within 10 meters of the platoon's main body. The enemy fired 10 rocket-propelled grenades and 3 PKM machine guns from the apex of the ambush, and additional AK-47s from throughout the ambush line. The enemy initiated the contact with an RPG and a burst of fire which immediately hit and wounded 2 members of the lead team, Sergeant Brennan and Specialist Ekrode. Another RPG in the initial volley hit extremely close to Specialist Giunta's position. While Staff Sergeant Gallardo moved back to his Bravo team to get situation reports, Specialist Giunta provided covering fire by leading his team in suppressing enemy positions, assigning sectors of fire, and commanding his M203 gunner to engage close targets. While advancing towards Specialist Giunta's team, Staff Sergeant Gallardo was struck in the helmet by an AK-47 round, which caused him to fall to the ground. Despite being under heavy fire by PKM, RPG, and small arms, Specialist Giunta immediately left his covered position in order to render aid to his squad leader. As he moved to provide assistance, Specialist Giunta was struck by 2 bullets, one of which impacted his chest area, but was stopped by his enhanced small arms protective insert plate, and 1 round, which impacted the shoulder-launched multi-purpose assault weapon D rocket he was carrying across his back. Without hesitation, Specialist Giunta recovered from the impacts and ensured his squad leader was not injured. He then began bounding his team forward in an attempt to maneuver on the enemy. Specialist Giunta and his team were quickly pinned down by effective enemy machine gun and small arms fire from multiple positions at close range. Specialist Giunta, along with PFC Clary and Staff Sergeant Gallardo, quickly prepared fragmentation grenades and continued the assault by throwing 2 volleys of them at enemy positions that were approximately 15 meters to their west. They then assaulted forward through those positions, secured Specialist Ekrode, and began treating his wounds. Realizing that Sergeant Brennan was missing, PFC Clary and Specialist Giunta continued to push forward along the enemy's exfiltration route, despite taking small arms fire from enemy personnel who were attempting to cover their withdrawal. Moving in the lead and rapidly closing with the enemy, despite receiving effective fire, Specialist Giunta overtook 2 enemy combatants, attempting to drag off Sergeant Brennan, who had been incapacitated by his wounds. Specialist Giunta engaged 1 enemy combatant at close range and killed him, which caused the other enemy combatant to drop Sergeant Brennan and flee. Specialist Giunta then began immediate first aid on Sergeant Brennan and also helped his squad leader to adjust security, further consolidate casualties, and prepare for medical evacuation operations. Specialist Giunta's selfless actions and personal courage were the decisive factors in changing the tide of the battle, ensuring that Sergeant Brennan was not captured by the enemy, and preventing the lead fire team from being destroyed by the enemy's near ambush. Despite bullets impacting on and around him, Specialist Giunta fearlessly advanced on the enemy and provided aid to his fallen comrades. His actions saved the lives of multiple paratroopers and changed the course of the battle in his platoon's favor. For especially valorous actions during Operation Enduring Freedom 8, while assigned as a rifle team leader in Battle Company, 2nd Battalion Airborne, 503rd Infantry, Specialist Giunta's unwavering courage, aggressiveness, selfless service, and leadership while under extreme enemy fire were decisive in his platoon achieving fire superiority, defeating an enemy near ambush, and preventing the capture of a fellow paratrooper by the enemy.